Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. This is Incredible Inverts and Other Animals. My name is Phil, and in this video we're going checking out a very popular species of stick insect that we keep, and that is the Macleay Spectre stick insect. So let's go ahead and take a look.
Okay, so the Macleay Spectre stick insect originates from Australia, in particular Eastern Australia, so places like Queensland, New South Wales and Victoria. But there has been reports of it being in South Australia, but potentially reintroduced there, and inhabits mainly the rainforest and eucalyptus forests there, which is primarily what they eat. So this is a kind of habitat you might find the Macleay Spectre stick insect naturally in the wild. But here they are in captivity. So the Macleay Spectre stick insect, or Extatosoma tiaratum, is probably one of the most popular stick insects that we keep here in the UK. So, and they're quite one of those sort of giant species, especially females like these here do get quite large. Although in captivity, I find nowadays they don't get quite as large as what they would in the wild, and certainly over the years their size has reduced. I can only speak kind of anecdotally on that, but it does seem that they have got a bit smaller. There may be various reasons as to that, but as far as I'm not quite sure if there's been any kind of scientific proof or studies into that. But the Macleay Spectre stick insect is a fantastic species. Now they do have males and females, but they can also reproduce without the male, so they can reproduce parthenogenically. And you do get that quite often within this species. So here these are all females, but we do have some males in here as well. The males look very, very different to the females. Can have some kind of colour variation, so they're often this sort of tan brownish colour. You can get them much darker, you can get them actually fairly green sometimes, and even the lichen morph here you see a mating pair. Well, they're not mating at the moment, but a pair. So the male's on the back, adult male, you can see much thinner. He's got full wings and he can fly. And they're not too bad at flight, the species. Females, they have wings, but theirs are sort of vestigial wings, the remnants of the wings and stuff, so they don't find they're far too heavy for them to fly as well. Now, the newly hatched out nymphs like this one here, they love to run around. That's because they actually mimic a species of ant in the wild. So these guys, when it comes to egg laying, it's actually really quite interesting. So their eggs, which I'll show you in a bit, they actually they drop them to the ground, and that's it. That's the adults done with them. There's no sort of maternal care or anything. But a species of ant will come and collect those eggs down there and actually take them down into the nest. So here are the eggs, and they can be quite varied in colour, but they have a little sort of fatty deposit kind of thing at the end, which ants use to collect them. They think they're seeds, they look a bit like seeds, take them down into their nest, where they will spend anywhere from kind of 6 months to 12 months basically incubating in the ant's nest, and then they hatch out, and the nymph then by that time smells like the ants, and the ants can't move the egg anymore because actually that little fat deposit, and then they can't get into it, and the young nymph will then look like the ant, will run out of the nest and start running around like the ant. And the ants do spray acid, so birds and stuff tend to avoid them, and so because they know that they are defensive. So it's a really good, effective strategy. So not only do they mimic kind of dead leaves and stuff, but they mimic ants as well when they first hatch out. But after the first molt, they then normally turn kind of a beigey sort of colour. Now, if they have the way to get into the lichen colour morph, after a couple of months, perhaps the females will turn the lichen morph. I don't have any lichen morphs to show you here, but they do pop up occasionally within the trade. So they are fantastic little stick insects. In terms of to keep them, as you get really big enclosure, you do need a nice tall enclosure, all the better. And then bramble, like this stuff here, is one of the main food sources that we tend to feed them here in the UK. So the main food source I feed the ones that I look after at my work. It tends to be available all year round, up and down the UK. The only thing to be careful with is that obviously it can be quite spiky, quite thorny, so wear gloves when cutting it. And also in springtime, the new growth isn't the best to feed them. We want more mature growth normally, and the new growth doesn't last quite as long. But another alternative is eucalyptus. They do love eucalyptus if you can get it. If you buy it from a garden centre, do plant it perhaps for a good few months to get rid of any pesticides or herbicides in it.
Okay guys, so that was the Macleay Spectre stick insect. Like I said, it's a very popular species that people keep, especially here in the UK. So And it's a fantastic species as well. So if you haven't kept these guys yet, I highly recommend you do. No, and they're pretty easy as well, so even better. No. Okay, guys, do you keep stick insects? If you do, let me know down in those comments which species you keep, and do you keep this species yourself? No. And if you don't, which are the species that you do keep? What are your favourites? Well, guys, if you enjoyed this video, please do give it a thumbs up. Pop some comments down below. Please do subscribe to the channel, hit that bell for notifications. And also remember to check out the description of this video for my various links, like my Patreon if that interests you, or you become a channel member here on YouTube. There's also links to my website. Remember, I post up Mondays, and when it's livestock, that'll be weather dependent. If it's too cold or too warm, they won't be posted out until hopefully in the following week and stuff. So do keep an eye on weather for that as well. Also links to things like my TikTok, my Instagram, Facebook, all that sort of things are down there as well. So check that out. But until next time, guys, thank you for watching. Take care and keep rocking.